Gotta stay on my grind and get my money right. Gotta make sure me and my brothers hustle through the night. Me and my niggas, we gon' swing, we gon' blow that pipe. Hop out on your block with thunder clapping when we make it strike. Hop on feet, hop out, give 'em smoke, gon' be a candle.
OG Kunta, cuz, man, welcome back to the platform. I see you got some guests with you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you for welcoming me back, my guy. You know, once again, this is OG Kunta from Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying, Murderworth, as that is, as we know it. I got brothers with me. We have a grievance, you know what I'm saying, with the Hoover committee, you know what I'm saying, with the Hoovers. You know, we have a grievance, and I got Duke on here because Duke finna give all you people who out there who don't understand the history of Fort Worth some history on why we are Hoover the way we are. Because see, a lot of people want to question why we rep the way we rep. But when you rep something, you've been repping it for real, you do all the homework. You do everything. You make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. And this is why we the Hoovers we are in Fort Worth, is because we did our homework. But I'm going to let Cuz, man, this is a man that don't really need no introduction. His actions and his character speak for itself. He's a pillar of the community, a reformed brother, you know what I'm saying, that's still out here in the trenches, pulling our brothers away from the madness and the violence. You know what I'm saying? Let's let that initiative and that narrative be seen, is that this is not the regular run-of-the-day gangbanging type of communication that we opening right here. We letting everybody know that we're different. The Crips are here. We're different. We not the same Crips. We don't wear the same shoes as all the rest of the Crips out here. We don't choose to be involved in Crip on Crip violence. We don't choose none of the stuff that's associated with these shoes that you guys got on that's evidently too little for us. See, what we did in Fort Worth, we chose our own shoes. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not comfortable with putting on no too little ass shoes, homie. And it's evident fact that Fort Worth and Texas, we have outgrown a lot of the politics that are governed by the so-called sets. We see things different here. We are one car. Crip is one car here. It's not the Hoovers. You don't see no shoes with Hoover on them. Every Crip that got shoes on here, they fit us comfortably. And it all say Crip. But without further ado, here you go, Duke, man.
Hey, my boy. Hey. Well, I came today to address a few things, some things that need to be said. You know, I ain't no internet person. I ain't even got a Facebook or Instagram. I ain't even on none of that. When I hear stuff, I get it from the homies, you know, some of the people, my family, whatever. But evidently, I'm hearing that we don't know our knowledge. I ain't even watched the interviews. I could have watched it. I'm not in all that. But I want to share something with whoever questioned what we standing on. First of all, we don't rep Hoover Street. We don't rep that. So let me make that clear with y'all. We never rep HOOVER. We never rep that. Okay, we did our homework. We did research as youngsters. It didn't add up with us. No disrespect. So we started the HOOVA. We rep the gang. We don't rep y'all community. We don't rep y'all streets. We rep our streets. We rep our hood. Okay? But out of respect for Rank, the one that brought it down to us, and our love for Rank, we kept it like that. The Hoover Crip, we stayed with the Hoover card. We kept it with the Hoover family, nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, in our city, we had gangsters around. They ain't gonna respect us calling ourselves no gangsters. Come on, homie, we don't rock like that. You know, but, you know, for whatever reason, you know, y'all, I mean, I don't understand it, what the beef is, why we going back and forth about that, because it's really nothing. I mean, we didn't establish this in this city, man, in this whole, really in this country. You see what I'm saying? And ain't nobody gonna change that. We ain't trying to change what y'all do. Y'all ain't gonna change what we do. But at the end of the day, let me break something down to y'all so y'all understand a little bit more about where we coming from. Homie, when we seen the white man, somebody at our time when we was growing up, that was attacking, you know, gang members and mafia peoples and stuff like this. So when we was coming up in our time, we seen that, homie. and we did our research on it. From what we got from it, that's where it came from. So we moved from that and we stayed on point with y'all by keeping it a gang. That's why we repped the HOOVA. We kept it a gang, the A in gang. We stayed with that. That's our connection with y'all. We thought, but we ain't never fuck with no homies out of Fire Deuce out of down here. I mean, that's HGC. We never fuck with them. They never came to us, never tried to show us this, never reached out to us. All these years later, when y'all reach out, it's on this. You know what I'm saying? But, my thing is, man, whatever y'all do, we respect that. But y'all got to respect what we do, man. If y'all don't respect that, man, it's just, I got homies hitting me, man, all the time from the penitentiary, trying to trip, down there with all that, man. And he cats down there ain't got nothing to do with all that y'all got going on, man. So my thing is, man, we need to end it, man, and just let it go. We're who we are, y'all who y'all are. We respect y'all, just respect us. That's all we ask, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to speak on another topic. I don't knock the podcasters. I don't knock these dudes that are, these interviewers or whatever they got going on. Get your money. That's you, whatever you got going on. Right? I ain't never asked for a dime. I ain't into that. But I will say this right up. You got to know who you talking to, man. You got to know the homies that was really there when it all started. You got to know the ones that put the work in, the one that helped get it to where it was. You got to know that the laws know. I'm surprised y'all don't know.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, because they knew who was really moving out there like that. They had to get them off the streets. And they did a good job with it. They ran a whole lot of that's why we going through this right now. We got codes, all kinds of stuff, man, that y'all don't, it ain't to put out there. Y'all just don't understand it. It ain't for the internet. We ain't gonna put no codes out there, but it's deeper than that. Our history go deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? The blue and orange thing, I want to address that too. The blue and orange thing, in our city, we got a neighborhood that we're orange. You know what I'm saying? Let me make that clear to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cuz hood. That's their colors. You know what I'm saying? The hood that I put on. You know what I'm saying? That's their colors. And I stand, when I wear it, that's what I wear it for. No knock to y'all, but when I was coming up, I seen 6-0s were colors, were orange. That's what I seen. We was at war with them, going back and forth on some bullshit, young niggas, tripping. So, so we did whatever we could to not, if they wore that, we weren't gonna wear it. If they, just vice versa. If we want something, they weren't gonna wear it. So, man, let's just make that clear where all that come from. That's one of the reasons why we don't wear that. The gold came into play because of that. You know what I'm saying? We needed a flag. We needed some identification. And that's where that comes from, the gold. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even my idea. It's just something I respected what the homies did. They did that and I stood on it and I respected that. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is, man, we're gonna get off that, man. And I probably, you probably won't never see me again, man, but please, man, we ain't tripping on that. I'm speaking, for the homies, man, that really, that's really like that. And I'm just asking y'all, man, really leave that alone, man. That's dead. Because y'all got homies that's like y'all down there where we at. Not in our city, but around us, man. And we ain't trying to get on that, man. Nobody on that. You know what I'm saying? They not on that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them we did time with. I did 27 years with a lot of them down in the penitentiary. And we like family. You know what I'm saying? They respect us, we respect them. All this comes from a whole nother state, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to address that and let y'all know, man, we not, our representation is totally different from y'all, man. The only thing we share with y'all is the progress. That's it, man. We don't rep y'all community or y'all street. You know what I'm saying? We
millions of miles away.
So I just wanted to make that clear.
You want to say something, Malik? Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate being on the couch with these two brothers. I see Duke, he got a good heart. Kunta got a good heart. And man, I got over 50 years into Crips. But I just wanted to say this parable. I remember when Napoleon was trying to take over Russia. He was trying to go into Russia, and he wanted to know, was he going to win the war with Russia? So he went to a medium and he asked the medium, he said, man, am I going to win this war? And the medium said, well, let me tell you a parable, a story. He said, it was these horses, these team of horses, big, strong horses. And when they got stuck in the mud, the owner would hit them and they would pull different ways and they would get stuck even more. Right. So the horses in the front was laughing at the ones in the back because they was getting hit. And then another team of horses came that was skinny, looked like they was malnutrition. But every time they hit the skinny horses, they would pull together and pull out of the mud. So he was saying, Napoleon, this is the thing with you, and this is why you're going to lose this particular war. Your army is made up of different cities, and y'all not together. But in Fort Worth, homie, we in a whole different city, and pretty much we on this couch because we together. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I really would like to extend my hand out to Duke and Kunta, because this would need to be talked about. I know the brother don't like to be in front of the camera, but we got to educate the people out there and let them know, homie, this is what we doing in Fort Worth, Texas. Right. We pulling together. We a team. We from the same community. That's right. You know, I know I'm from LA. That's right. But guess what? You family. When I came down here, homie, I brought a team with me. Right. And we pulled together. We all went to the feds. Yeah. I got homies. My family did almost 100 years in the penitentiary down there. I did 30. Lil Fish did 30. Turk did 30. Emac did 30. All of us did time here. And we done lost homies down there. But guess what? We got fat in this game too. That's right. But I just want us to come up with some good information to give y'all and hope the unique perspective grow. Right. Go see LA Ron, OG LA Ron podcast. Thing. You know what I'm saying? We got some big things we're going to do in Fort Worth, because Fort Worth is Fort Worth. Right. And when we used to go to penitentiary in Fort Worth in Texas, Houston was running everything. Right. They didn't like Fort Worth and Dallas. But Fort Worth is on their own now. And Dallas roll with us. Right. So guess what? We ain't bowing down for nobody. Right. Straight up. We gonna pull together. We're a team, and this is what we finna do, homie.
That's right, that's right. And then hey man, I can say it. That's real talk, baby. That's real talk. Square business. But I do want to say this too. Yeah, man, we need to figure out ways that we can make money together, man. Get rich together. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? When I went to prison, I understood one thing, that we could all do this together. When we used to, all my life, when all the cats that I thought was brawls or busters or whatever, for whatever reason, when I went to the penitentiary, I found out they was just like me. These cats were just like me. You know what I'm saying? Some of the dudes that I hated became some of my close partners. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my thing is, how can we get money together? Let's figure that out. This generational wealth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's my thing.
Teach, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Everything else, you know, to me is irrelevant. If it ain't making sense, man, it ain't making sense, you know? So that's, I want to leave you out with that, man. You know, that's what I'm on. And that's what I'm about. And when I talk to the homie, you know what I'm saying? When he reached out to my talk to him, and I'm thinking that's what we was on. And then the interview come later on, and boom, you know, it turned to that. But, you know, that's all I'm on. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to make my youngsters and my family millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Billionaires. What I want them to get unlimited riches. That's what I want for them. Right. You know, we can't do it without this beef and drama, man. You know, so that's my thing.
Well, you know, me, myself, personally, man, first of all, I want to thank both of you brothers to come, you know what I'm saying, for coming to Unique Perspective, you know what I'm saying, because we are trying to grow this platform. This is a platform for Fort Worth. You know, this is a Fort Worth-based platform, and we trying to give the streets a voice, and we trying to give our young artists a voice, you know. For many years now, you know, we've been having to go to outside sources, you know, to let our voices be heard. Unique Perspective is the place, and it's welcome to all the homies and everybody in Fort Worth that got something going on. You need video drops, you need mic drops, you need, content, edit it. You know what I'm saying? We a one-stop shop right here at Unique Perspective. Shout out to my guy Drewski. You know, if you ain't shot by Drewski, you're Drewski. You know what I'm saying? You know how we doing it. We in it. We own it. We ain't playing no games. I didn't orchestrate this. I'm just doing my job as a platform, as a person on the platform, giving my homies a voice. You know what I'm saying? Because my homies had a grievance. It's been a lot of stuff done over the internet, you know, that's been wrong. You know what I'm saying? Rather than them giving us credit for how well we have done with Hoover, we've been getting, you know what I'm saying, the bad looks and the judgment talking about we backwards.
And after all the sacrifice we made.
After all, now, hell with that. I'm gonna keep it real because, you know, I'm gonna call it like it go. We smart in Texas. We didn't put our hat on our shoes, on our feet, and our shoes on our head. We didn't do that in Texas. We not be like me's. We not copycats. We stand up guys. We stand 10 toes down in this Crip shit, in this gangster shit, in the whole the spectrum of being gangsters. Fort Worth done did something, man. The city is Hoover. It's Hoover City. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's been Hoover for a long time with, but let me tell the truth. No, because Hoover spread it. Yeah, but Hoover spread it like a disease. It really did in Texas. Hoover spread it like it did. It was Hoovers everywhere.
I mean, we became the biggest. I mean,
that's right.
Everybody knew that. Back in our time, we was everywhere, man. We was in state school, initiating, putting homies down. They were from everywhere. So we had a lot of neighborhoods, cities, you know what I'm saying, that reproduce, you know, on the behalf of us. And probably some of the other homies too. I don't discredit, you know, what they did or what nobody did. I don't discredit none of that. But I'm speaking from AC. You know what I'm saying? With the homies that rep AC in other places. You know what I'm saying? They connected to us in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But, but another thing, I want to put this out too. I appreciate you, Drewski, man. You the best, man. I want to put this out there too. Man, quit worrying about who done put who down, who done put this person down, and start watching and worrying about or focusing on how these niggas moving. You worried about who did what, but you respecting what you know not real. What you know in your heart not real. Just look at it. You know what I'm saying? But you rejecting what's real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you embrace a sucker, man, and turn your back on, you know, come on, man, we don't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's my thing. So when you talk about initiating how people move, I mean, it's about how you move to me. What you showing me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know the dudes that put them down. We don't know the dudes, they don't know the dudes that put us down. So, I mean, stop all that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go nowhere and check on nobody forward. You know what I'm saying?
Come check with us.
You know what I'm saying?
Now come holler at us.
You ain't got to go nowhere.
You ain't got to go nowhere. You can't. You can't go nowhere and check on Fort Worth. Because our cripping is different. When they went to Cooper Road, we never said we was cripping like the Cooper Road homies. That's impossible. Cooper Road is GC. We HGC. You see? Now, the homie that brought it here, he started the Hoover Crip. We were never told, even Hoover Dre, we were never told no Hoover Gangster Crip. We were never told that. Because, see, a lot of people want to say, well, the Fadu stayed gangsters in Cali. But that don't mean we got to stay gangsters, GCs in Texas. That don't, y'all can't, that goes back to the concept of the two little ass shoes or the two big ass shoes, fam. We not finna put on nobody's shoes, fam. Nobody's. We got our own shoes in Fort Worth and in Texas, fam. We not telling y'all in Cali. We don't come to y'all state, man, and try to push no politics on y'all. So y'all, we asking y'all to respect our politics as well. We built this. We know that we pay homage, you know what I'm saying, to where it came from. Because we sitting right here next to a homie that's a day one homie from Cali. We been grooving, we been locked in with the Cali homies that's certified. That's what we've been trying to tell everybody. That's why we really been ignoring these niggas. Cause see, we know our history. They don't. These niggas are talking and they all on the outside. 90%, 97% of these dudes that got these opinions about Fort Worth or about Texas ain't never even stepped foot in our state. Yeah. Ain't never came well checking. Ain't never came to come check nothing. Yeah.
especially to the city.
Yeah, y'all ain't came, cause y'all.
That's why I respect them so much. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when they come down there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, you know, I mean, it just at the end of the day, man. You know, y'all do what y'all do. We do what we do. You know, we can't be y'all. Y'all can't be us. I mean, y'all, our neighborhoods are down. Where we from is different. You know, and then I want to address this too about Hooverland, because this is something I want to address real quick, and I'm gonna get out the way. Hooverland is a hood. Let me explain to y'all what Hooverland means. Let me explain to y'all what Hooverland means. Hooverland stands for hood love. Okay. The reason why we call it Hooverland is 2 O's in hood and it's 2 O's in Hoover. And if you turn the V sideways, you see what I'm saying, in the A upside down, it's a D. It's our hood, man. That's why we formed that. Y'all don't know because y'all don't ask. Y'all talk to people that don't know. That's our hood. That's why we call Hoover land. We just kept it on the Hoover. Respecting Hoover. Not just 5 Deuce Hoover, all Hoovers. You see what I'm saying? That's why we kept it like that.
And then
You know what I'm saying? So you know,
I just want to say this lastly, because I mean this on it. We call ourselves Hoover because we did our homework and we know who J. Edgar Hoover is. I don't know why y'all homies be trying to ignore that fact. Now, I never disrespected the street of Hoover, and I'm not disrespecting it now. But y'all need to do y'all homework and see who that person is. That's the reason why we changed the letters here. Because we would never follow behind J. Edgar Hoover. He is the author of COINTELPRO. He had something to do with the assassination of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, W.E.B. Du Bois, and every leader we ever had. And y'all think we would be foolish enough to put those shoes on? Nah, I'm Crip, we not.
Yeah.
We in the car of Crip in here. We in the car of Crips. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we in the car of Crips on my mama. This is Crippin' means more than anything in Texas. See, we stood under the umbrella of Crip. We just didn't stand under the umbrella. This is L.A. Ron right here. He neighborhood, East Coast.
What up?
You better know it. He taught us, cuz, that all Crips are the same. He taught us that. He gave us that type of game here in Fort Worth that, hey, when he brought all the homies down, all the homies was enemies back home. But when they came here, they worked as one. And they bled that example on the whole Crip community in Fort Worth. It stopped us from being like we were just going to destroy each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got destroyed. You know, everybody get, distracted. You know, we were kind of veered off the path. But once the real brothers that got in position like Duke, like brothers like myself, we cut out all the bullshit. We didn't allow homies to just destroy themselves. We came firsthand, front line, into the trenches to tell our little homies, nah, we not crashing out like that. You see? Because that's not our narrative. That's not our narrative. You don't go nowhere in Texas as a Hoover and you got to be worried about the 6 O's coming to smoke you, homie. You ain't got to be worried about the neighborhood East Coast homies coming to smoke you because you Hoover. You see what I'm saying? We did that here. That's something that Cali need to look at and respect about us.
Wow.
They need to respect that we did something that they supposed to been doing because the big bros. They the originators of this. How is it that somebody who got the idea from y'all took it to another level, but we can't even give respect for that? Respect that we put Crippin' on another level while all Crips, homie, when y'all come to Texas, how do y'all feel? I'm gonna ask any homie that's from Cali, man, how do you feel when you come to Texas, bro? Real life. It's peaceful, right? Yeah. You ain't worried about none of the neighborhood beef. And I'm not saying this to try to point out and throw no rocks and hide my hands. That's not my point. My point is that, hey, man, we grown and this is a whole nation and we better figure out before these people come. And because, you know, they already on these illegals. Next people they coming to get is the drug dealers and the gang members. You better know it. The next roundup that's going to happen by this administration right now is going to be against the gangsters. So we better start building the community up And we better start working together and rooting out all the problems that's causing the division and causing us to have a bad look in the eyes of the government. Because if the government continue to keep looking at us in the bad eye, like, oh, they ain't nothing, but they ain't gonna never do nothing positive in the community, that's reason for them to come and lock us up. Take all the Crips and the homies away, put us all in some damn concentration camp. And you better believe they did. Look at the West. And this, I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, Tombstone. Remember what they did with the Cowboys? Wyatt Earp went through that bitch and blowed them. He went through there. And that's just an expression of how when you do something and you get too reckless, you force the government's hand to take actions. And the Crips, the Bloods, the homies, we all been reckless. So let's clean this up so that we won't have to force the government's hands to take actions against us. We want the government hands to help us rebuild the community. We don't want the government hands to come and take us out of the community so the community could be left on its own, and whatever happens then is probably going to be worse than it is now. So it's time for the Crips, the Bloods, all the homies to start being responsible. The YNs, y'all going to have to start listening, fam. I ain't saying we controlling y'all, but we did this shit first. So y'all should trust our judgment.
Let me see. I wasn't going to say nothing else, but check this out, man. When I was growing up in Los Angeles, all gangbangers, all the different sets, everybody wanted to be number one. When I joined when I play sports and we get trophies, I want to get the first place trophy. I never met nobody wanted to be number two. So in LA, everybody wanted to be number one. But guess what? In Fort Worth, Crips is number one. Over everything, homie. So when you look back at Fort Worth history, you're going to say those Crips was one together in Fort Worth. LA is 50 sets, and everybody can't be number one. Sorry to say it.
But as one, we can be number one.
But if it ain't no number one, it wouldn't be a number two. But we number one down here, homie, and that's what we going to do. One God, then gang.
That's right. One God.
One God, then one gang. Y'all heard it.
So I got a question before y'all get out of here. So
watch out now. Let me ask you some tough questions.
y'all can pass it around. But now this is gonna spark something. What is y'all's definition of a gangster?
Okay. Perfect. To me, a gangster, first of all, it's the mindset. I go there with all that. I don't believe everybody that pull a trigger or that hurts somebody physically is a gangster.
Right.
Okay. The reason why I say that is this, sir. You might do that. I might hurt him. I might do something to him. But when I face the judge behind what I did to him, can I fade that too? Right. And a lot of people don't do that.
Right, standing on business.
Right, standing on business. So my definition first, when I hear gangster, is the mindset. You got to really have it here.
Right.
That's the only way it's going to be established here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you question yourself here, to me, you're going to question yourself down, in your heart. So, that's my definition of a gangster. A gangster is just not nobody that go out and when we hear that name, it's all about what he do. Like he went out and killed somebody, went out and did that. I learned in my lifetime, man, I seen a lot of punks in the penitentiary whoop dudes that I thought were live, real. And I mean, some of them was real. You just couldn't whoop it. Y'all both man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when people see that, the first thing they say, well, he weak. Nah, he ain't weak. He just can't beat him up. I mean, that's all it is.
I seen that
myself. So what do they make that punk a gangster?
No, they don't make him no gangster.
But I'm saying if he run around, but when we think of gangster, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna pass it around. But when we think of that word, I'm showing you the reason why I say the mindset.
Right.
Because when we think of that word, the first thing you think of is somebody harming somebody.
Right. Doing
something wrong to them. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you got a lot of gangsters up there in Washington. Square business. For real.
Right.
I mean, I ain't sleeping on them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know, they real, man.
Well, you want to know my definition of gangster?
They getting people killed every day.
My definition of gangster is God.
What's up?
Explain that, Kunta.
The biggest gangster I ever met in my entire life
Yeah.
was the Most High himself.
The mindset.
It's the mind state of God.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? See, gangster means to be in control of life and death.
Right.
You see? And that's something that God controls. And this is what we try to emulate when we call ourselves gangsters. We try to be in control of life and death. We even try to go to the point of ending life.
Right.
But the truest gangster, in my opinion, is God the Father himself. Because God will murder everything in the name of his cause. God has destroyed civilizations because he was so gangster. You see, if God says no, and that's another thing that I respect about God's gangster, is God's no is the real no, you see. And when gangster, or being gangster to me, is having control over the word no, you see. Influence. Yeah. See, a lot of homies ain't gangster because they easily influenced by others to go do that.
Right.
You see, if I'm going to do something, anything, I'm going to influence me. You see, I'm going to do it because it's the right thing to do, or I'm not going to do it because it's the wrong thing to do.
Right.
And that's gangster. Making a choice, knowing the choice that you made. God made a choice when he decided to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. He made a decision when he done that. And gangsters make decisions, real tough ones. We do that every day. A lot of people don't know that. You know, we make real hard decisions today. And you know, I'm not trying to parade being no gangster like that's the greatest thing in the world. But God is the greatest. So you tell me about that.
Real tough.
Well, this is unique perspectives, right?
You better know it.
Man, is it all right we go to church a little while?
Okay, let's go.
It's nothing wrong with being number one.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with being a gangster.
That's right.
It says, what I was finna say, it just hit my thought. But check this out, though. It said the beginning of wisdom is to fear God.
There you go.
It's nothing wrong with being a gangster. Gangster is when somebody takes something from somebody else. But it's nothing wrong with that. But is you a gangster for Jesus?
Yeah, there you go.
See, ain't nothing wrong with being a gangster.
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a thug, a murderer, all of these things. But is you that for Jesus? Because half of the Bible was wrote in jail. Them killers up in that Bible.
Yeah.
So, is you a gangster for God? Is you a gangster for Jesus?
Or is you a gangster for Satan?
This is what God. This is why we came together today.
Right.
To talk about some real issues.
Yeah.
It say apprehend that what apprehended you. Is we gonna go after God as we go after the streets?
Yeah.
We ain't gang members no more. We ex-gang members. But guess what? We gang members for God. The homies from Main Street, they got banging for God. Dale Dog and Mike Nam. This is what we doing down here. We on some God time, man.
Right.
I hear dude talking about we on demon time. No, we on Jesus time. Huh? You want to be a gangster for God? Come on over here with us.
That's right. That's right. Amen. That is
Well said, bro.
Did we explain?
Yeah, so the reason I asked that question is because this is what the problem is. So I asked the question, I got 3 different answers, yet I got 3 of the same answers.
Right.
So you got people running around, they don't even know what a gangster is.
Right.
So like Kunta know off camera, like the history with my family.
Right.
You know where gangster comes from.
Right.
Gangster comes from Italians.
Right.
But you know when they coined that phrase, when the government realized what they were doing and they started doing it.
Right.
That's when they coined that phrase. They're gangsters. And then they started moving.
Right.
So the idea of a gangster is, I like what you're doing and I'm finna do
That's
it.
right. That's right.
So if you look at the government, they started moving like the Italians were moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Government, when they
incorporated
it,
right.
they bring the Federal Reserve.
Right.
They started moving like the Italians were moving.
Right.
And but now they're gangsters. So
Mm-hmm.
nah, y'all gangsters.
That's what I just told you. I told you. The gangsters in the White House.
Politicians are gangsters.
You better know it.
Gangsters in the White House, man.
And being a gangster is like, it has nothing to do with no crime. And it's a, like you said, it's a
State of mind.
it's a mentality.
Right.
I'm gonna get up and go. It's discipline. I'm gonna get up and go to work every day, or I'm gonna get up and sell dope. It don't matter. It's discipline. It don't matter what you do. Right?
Man, when you can send a bomb and go blow up all these people, just listen to me. Blow up all these people, kill all these people for what you believe is right, for what you believe the truth is. Okay. Then you turn around and tell somebody to get caught up in the speech thing, had an altercation, whatever they did. And then took somebody out because they felt like their life was being threatened.
But you just
and he did the same thing. But he a gangster.
Right.
He a gangster. But you not no gangster. You just done blowed up, 179 people.
Man, that's powerful. That's powerful.
And it's crazy because it goes back to what I said. And I'm going to set it down, Bruce. It goes back to this. The mindset is how you see yourself.
Right.
To me. Because it started here.
Right.
You know, you got to see yourself clearly before anybody else can.
Right.
You got to know you.
Right.
You got to know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do.
Right.
It's important to you. This is much as important to the next person.
And I like to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
I like to piggyback on that before we close out. We doing a coming back home, welcome home LA run. You hear me? We doing that concert and it's gonna feature all of the Fort Worth artists. We doing that as a sense of welcoming somebody who made a powerful impact into our community back to the city, man. I asked everybody to check us out, man. We need the support of the city on that. Y'all definitely gonna be mesmerized by all the people that we gonna get involved into this actual concert. This is gonna definitely benefit the city. It's gonna turn the lights on in our dark situation.
That's right. Amen. I agree with that.
So, man, I thank y'all brothers for coming to the platform. You know, shout out to Duke, man. If y'all not gonna find him on the internet, so I can't ask Duke where can they find you at. They can find him in the trenches though. You can find him in the trenches, but you're not gonna find my G on the internet because he ain't no internet guy. You hear me? But see, me and LA Run, we internet guys. Yeah. LA Run, where can they find you at, man?
Yeah. Oh, right here at his house.
And right here.
You can find him at Drewkins. You know, you can find him on Unique Perspective. You better know it. You already know me, man. I'm a Unique Perspective. This is the platform. This is a Fort Worth platform. We hear, you know what I'm saying, to let the city or the streets of Fort Worth to be heard so that the streets can have a voice. Because, see, nobody want to hear our cries, you know. They want to throw us in jail. And it's just like bro said about the stigmatization of the government. And you said something very powerful, Drew. You said they seen what the mafia was doing and they started moving like that. Okay, but then they started patronizing the people who really was gangsters, you know what I'm saying? Right. And marginalizing them and putting them in jail. So you will persecute one man for being something that you doing. You sent this man to jail for killing one person, but you just dropped the bomb over here that killed 100,000.
But you know why they do that? Because they want to be in control. It's the same, everything.
It's always been about control. That's why, you know, this dumb shit is on us now because people hoping that they can control Fort Worth.
Right.
And you can't control us. You cannot control the narrative of Crippin' in Fort Worth. Nobody controls that narrative but the Crips in Fort Worth or the Crips in Texas. We control our own destiny. Our fate is fastened to our neck. We ain't saying we ain't rocking with y'all. We love all our distant family members, all the distant Crip homies. We love everybody. But what we do want to say is this, is that we are in control here. And if we'll do anything, let's meet and greet. We can find out where we can make some money and win. Right. Or we don't want to do no talking, really. If it ain't about money, it don't make sense. If it don't make $1, it don't make sense. So we don't want to waste our time just talking. Yeah. We got our little homies that we need to be talking to. So that's where we going to waste our time, man. It's giving game to the little homies. We not wasting our time in no arguments, arguing with nobody because we don't really have nothing to prove. We've already proved it. It's been 38 years right here. We've already proved that we battle tested and that we going to hold up under the umbrella of Crip. So, man, we gonna get out here, man. You got anything you want to say, Leslie?
I'm good.
Man, anybody got anything, big bro? Well, y'all come, y'all get ready for the show, man.
Yeah.
The Welcome Home LA Run concert, that's finna be shot, it's
LA Run, man.
Y'all get ready for that.
Yeah,
And then this is my boy Duke. You see who it is? It's the mystery man, you know what I'm saying? A real G, a real life OG from the hood. You hear me? From Hooverland. You hear me? We got other Hoovers in here that's big homies, you know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't gonna put them on the camera because they just was in attendance to hear what we was saying to y'all, letting y'all know that we stumped down in the city. All the Hoovers, all the Crips, we all move as one. So y'all better know what we doing here, man. We ain't playing no games.
Gotta stay on my grind and get my money right. Gotta make sure me and my brothers hustle through the night. Me and my niggas, we gon' swing, we gon' blow that pipe. Hop out on your block with thunder clapping when we make it strike. Hop on feet, hop out, give 'em smoke, gon' be a can.